Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nightmares on the Frontier, episode 8. This is our Forge in the Dark actual play. Real big shout out. Thank you so much, Hype Labin, for that raid right there at the beginning of 15. We appreciate your faces, but I'm not the only person here, so let's go ahead and go around the table, introduce yourselves, our characters, answer awkward questions that the storyteller has prepared for us, right? Like,
Definitely prepared.
Yep. All right, Jam, take us away, friend.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. Or Jammy, depending on who you ask. I'm here to run Nightmares on the Frontier for you guys. Some weird, Western fantasy horror. And I guess the question today, I have a couple of them on this list here that we could use. But I would like to say, like, if your character could start over and live a different life and, like, it wasn't a criminal, what would your character be? And not necessarily all of you are, like, necessarily, like, strictly criminals, but you're all
Morally
in it.
gray.
Yeah. If you were more of just a normal citizen, what would your occupation be?
Why do you gotta make the questions hard? I don't know. Probably wouldn't change anything, to be honest. Kind of likes her power tools. Anyway, I'm Fairy Sarina. I play Catriel. She's the spell slinger. She has a box of power tools she likes to use on people.
Yeah. It's canon. There's a butt on this chair, everyone.
So would you be a carpenter?
A fixer-upper?
You know, a handyman? What?
I think I'd be more of the Ed Gein variety. Some nice human lampshades.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
That's metal as fuck.
How can I follow that? Hi everyone, I'm Emma, or Hamalu on the internet. I'm here playing Ruben Zahir, who is our clairvoyant. I guess if they were on the more straight and narrow, they'd probably still be doing like fortune telling and stuff, but maybe just in a more legitimate business way and not using it to do jobs to steal things. But hey ho, yeah. He'd still be weird. Let's be honest. That's me.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rindis. I'm playing Cassandra Silk, our Silver Tongue, and easy question for me. You don't have to be a criminal to be a whore, so she would just be the same. And I mean, real answer. This is, basically a Western, so she really wouldn't change because, if we're using that kind of like mirror to Western, even though it's fantasy, saloon and, burlesque and all of that, were legitimate businesses. So she probably wouldn't change. She would just be herself, just without the criminal angle, or maybe still the criminal angle.
Just
Who
maybe,
knows?
Yeah, with less gang activity.
Yeah, without the gang activity. Yeah.
More schools, less gangs.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah. Drugs are bad.
No one told me that.
Drugs are great. I'm Jamaica Squeeze, and I am playing Aremiel, the father and worshiper of the color, the one true deity. And if the father could start over, I think it's kind of the same thing where he wouldn't. Perhaps he would spend all of his time spreading the good word, but the love of the color is true in all existences, in all timelines.
It would just be not a gang member.
Yeah.
It seems to be a running theme.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hi. I'm Valdrigan. This is my channel, and today I bring to you her name is Rian, and she is our archaeologist. And if she wasn't a gang member, with her 3 doctorates, she would just be probably working in a museum or a university or a library, one of those things. But the thing is that like she wanted to go out into the field, and it just so happens that the more nefarious avenues is what opened up to her thanks to her friend with power tools. And I'm just I am blaming Catriel because I saw these and I was like, I'm going to go follow them into whatever they're doing and hopefully it'll bring me artifacts. And yes.
She stopped me from licking something terrible that would have probably killed me.
It's true. I was like, no,
Yeah.
don't look at that, please. Thank you. But yeah. So, hey everyone, as a reminder, this is a viewer-affected game. You get affected subs to bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies gives rerolls to this, to anyone you see here that can roll dice, so not the storyteller. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can give an additional die to add somewhat to the dice pool. And with coffee rewards, coffee or Streamlabs rewards, there is a sliding scale. But also, because I know we're going through some things right now with Twitch, if you don't feel comfortable giving money to Twitch and just want to directly donate to coffee or Streamlabs, and like the equivalent of 100 biddies is a 1 USD, like I will honor that for that reward sort of thing. So you have plenty of options here to help pay me and put food and to keep the stream running. So with that, that's us. Jams, go ahead and take us away, friend.
Well, last time we met, you all had committed a kidnapping. You disguised yourselves as the detective that was left for dead in the frontier and set up an ambush for let's see, what is his name? It is Walter Reed, and you guys interrogated him, found out that he kind of works for the Queen, and he didn't have a plethora of information that was useful to you guys. And ultimately, you guys decided that this box might be more valuable to you as a liquid asset. So you decided to kick his ass through the mirror and close the portal behind him. And from there, I think the plan was to maybe figure out how to go about auctioning off this magical item and getting some funds for the crew. So I'm gonna let you guys decide on what your downtime is first. And if you want to keep that auction stuff in mind, it might be helpful to spend some of your downtime working towards that, or you could we could wait and do like a gather information kind of thing, role play exercise to to get into that. But either way, I need to bio real quick and I'll be right back. You guys talk amongst yourselves to figure out what your downtime actions are going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I never know what to do for these.
Other than it's like let's do squats together.
Yeah.
Basically,
do we have
it's
any, projects that are ticking? I don't know.
I think I finished the one that I had because I was doing the recruiting spree of just trying to get us more people. And I think I finished that one, or somebody helped me finish it last time. It's been a while.
Do we have a second custodian? Just the one.
I think it was.
We have our botanist.
Yeah, the botanist was the
We
one
do.
I had been working on, and that got finished up.
Yeah.
Yep,
So we've got a Seymour and.
I wouldn't even say our botanist also had an entanglement that we had to take care of as well.
Yeah, they did.
Last time. I actually do have a project clock. So, but because I have to roll dice and jam has to determine what that means. Because I'm working on the secret garden. So as much as so we have the botanist who's going to be in charge of our stuff. We still need a wall built, and I have not been doing a great job at it. I've been trying very hard, but it's been slow progress. But it's fine. I am determined to finish my secret garden. So I do have that too.
Yeah.
Some dwarves are supposed to be good at, building stuff.
She's not your average dwarf.
I'm not that kind of dwarf, I'm not that kind of dwarf. God, we have to try and figure out this accent again. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Orland, Ireland, right,
Ireland.
Might, sight,
Hoity-toity-toity.
I'm a pleasant
You're in a
pheasant plucker. I
situation-
pleasantly pluck peasants.
Yeah.
Orland, yeah.
Are projects something that other people can help contribute towards?
Yeah, I think so. Right, Jans?
Also, oh wait, what?
We're talking about
projects.
downtime stuff,
Mm.
so we have
Repeat the question.
questions.
What was the question?
Can other people contribute to someone's project clock?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I might assist and give you some cloaking for your secret garden.
Cat also has a grimoire.
Yeah, I have a
she's
grimoire.
working
Oh
on.
yeah.
Mhm.
So let me look. I actually have. I think you guys can look at the clock page that I have.
Yep. It's
This
all the way
one.
at the end of our spreadsheet. Yeah. Clocks, Cassandra's arcane
Oh.
exposure.
Oh, hey.
Shree's curse, which we have scratched out. Something that just says Rex.
Arcane,
like-
arcane exposure. What is that?
Was Rex our custodian?
Rex was our.
Some of these are meant to be are purposely obscure.
Oh,
We
okay.
know what
So
the Revenant
I,
is, though. Like I'm pretty sure I know what the Revenant clock is about.
Yeah.
Mm,
Like-
mm, definitely not anything coming back to bite us.
Oh, definitely not. We tied that up with a neat bow.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely, for one of my downtime actions, Rihanna is going to continue with her secret garden project clock, to kind of see if she can't get those walls up, get those walls back up. So there is that. Let me see if I have any. I do have rerolls. I don't have any extra dice, but I do have rerolls. Okay. I think for this, I would like to use, because I did get a thing in cast, and my cast and experiment are about the same. I did get a tick in cast to sort of learn how to just do some basic stuff to aid our spellcasters. But I think I'm gonna go with finesse for this one, as I'm trying to line up the fencing correctly, if that makes sense. My stone
You're
walls
doing a little
correctly.
geometry.
I'm doing a little geometry. Yeah. Doing a little math on this. Oh, it's a 5. So that's not the worst.
No, that's not bad at all. Let
Oh.
me see. That is gonna give you 2 segments towards the total. So you only need 1 more tick on this
Oh
clock.
man.
I can help with that if you want.
Like
It's up to you.
As I'm putting up like my stone, like, man, a dwarf decent at masonry. Who would have thought?
Gasp.
Like, so as I'm putting up my stones, do you just walk over and go, I can help with that? Like,
Yeah.
just
Not
like,
with the stones. I mean, if you've seen these arms, I'm.
you need to. Do you need some help with that? Catriel and I are really good at working out. Do you need some?
No.
Listen,
I'm
I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that your arms are unattractive or anything like that, but I'm only saying is you could.
I do crunches to sort out my core,
Oh,
but everything else, bulky
as
arms
dwarves,
would
we
ruin
have
the vibe.
naturally strong cores.
I've noticed.
It's just the genetics. They don't. It's never. But okay, if you wish to, I stands back and wipe my hands and my brow and just sit down on a stump. Go ahead, do as you.
Okay.
Do as you do, magic boy.
Yeah. Magic boy. Dance, Bucky, dance. I will cast, and I'm gonna try and call upon my mixture of the shadowy magic that I like to flavor him with, but also with his ability to use the sight and clairvoyance. I would like to think he also knows how to deconstruct that and protect against it. So I am going to craft some manner of cloaking spell around this place so that people cannot find it. Every time they look at it, it kind of shifts out of the way. They can't actually see that it's there.
Glyph of aversion.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. You can use your let's say you could probably even
Cast.
use your tools to help you.
Yes, I could. I will use my runesmith tools. Can I? Is it worth also using a spellcasting? No, I'll save my spellcasting. We good. Okay. Do I get an extra? No, it just affects the nuance of it, doesn't it? Using tools. Okay. At least I'm remembering these things. 2, 3, and a 6.
A 6 will get
Three.
you 3 ticks toward. I mean, you only needed 1.
Yeah.
But-
So.
But
excessive,
I would
but-
say that it is with the use of those this magical warding, it'll increase the effect of the structure itself. And so you guys have this rooftop garden now with a fence, and when you kind of look at it, the spell, unless you have some kind of magical aid, the spell kind of makes it where it always seems like the sun is shining in your eyes, or so you can't quite see the top of the old rotted out tree that your hideout is underneath.
Perfect. I just dust off my hands. Like, there you are.
And at night it's concealed by shadow. So
That's good. Very good. Thank you so much. We do not need anyone poking around our garden and accidentally falling into it, and thus the thing is, I don't know what people are made of. I don't know what they put in their body. I only want the best for our good tree child.
Oh, I see. We are giving it refined tastes. Then,
Refined taste. I just don't want anything falling into its roots.
Only the best things falling
Only the
into
best
its roots.
things can fall into
Gotcha.
its roots. Yes.
Gotcha. Well, that's I respect that. You know what? I will take a work, not on my arms, but I will take a little workout with you if you want to work on my
Do you want to
my core.
Oh, okay. So we shall work out. Okay, I can what do you want to work out your core?
Yeah.
I mean, Cassandra's probably better at helping you with that, am I right?
You're not wrong, yeah, but might as well accentuate it, and
Okay, I suppose we can do some gymnastics.
Okay. I should take off he starts taking off some of the various layers that he wears so that he can do some gymnastics. Try to get more flexible.
I'm going to insist
Don't forget
on
to
this.
stretch.
Yeah.
I'm going to insist on this because my other thing will be training my mind, not necessarily my body.
Okay.
But I
So
want
coaching.
by coaching, maybe I am training my mind.
I'm not going to help, but Cassandra is definitely there sitting on a stool with like a bowl of popcorn to watch.
Okay. Just walks out, and I'm like trying to like I'm just like I'm
very distracted.
I am handling your
She's just watching Ruben stretch, and she is enjoying everything.
Like, okay, you have to keep this settled, and this is, and hold on 1 second. If I bend you this way, how does that feel?
I don't use that muscle often.
I'm using this to train my mind as I'm learning more about, I guess, Darkling physique. But
Yeah.
I mean, also,
physique.
it could be an exercise in like organization and stuff, if you're maybe making him like meal plan and being like, look, you need to follow this workout regimen.
You
Yeah.
need more protein.
I could argue as well. It's trying your patience to keep him focused, because if Cassandra's watching, he's gonna start showing off. So
That is
I'd be like, no,
true.
turn around.
That is more than true. Cassandra,
Takes a
you're
certain kind of
distracting
patience
him.
to be a teacher.
It really does, believe me. I will be training my body as my second downtime. So.
And real quick, as a reminder, which one are we trained in? Should we get to the actual
Mind.
Oh, then I'm getting
Mind,
two
yeah.
mind. Nice.
I've been pumping my mind a lot.
Mhm.
Hey.
Yep, I am training my mind because I got to get that experiment up at some point. So,
Yeah.
all right. I think. Well, that's all my downtime.
Same. Go team.
We did it. Like,
Teamwork.
high five at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So that leaves 3 other gang members. You guys are now a gang with a brutal reputation for
Yeah.
having committed several loud and conspicuous crimes in the past few weeks.
Yeah, we have. That being said, I did plan to have us get our heat reduced as one of my downtime actions.
All right. How are you going to go about doing that?
Is there someone on the police force that she can talk to and seduce enough to have them make some of this problems disappear?
I'm sure there is. Don't you have a contact?
He got beat up last time. He might not be too happy with me, but I could definitely try. Yeah, my darkling.
I mean, it's
Didn't
been
you
a
make
few
it up to
weeks.
him since he got beat up probably for you?
That's true. He might be feeling better. It's been a couple weeks. But yes, his name is Xenophon. I could have him introduce me to the chief of police or something.
Like have a party. And just
Exactly.
Yeah, you
like
go to.
I'm his +1 to some elaborate party, and then he's like, this is the chief of police, and things escalate. It's the commissioner.
You got +1 to essentially like the constable ball.
Mhm. Hell yeah. Like,
Or
aren't you
their
that criminal?
convention.
No,
Listen,
totally different
listen.
person.
Cassandra, when we said fuck the police, like
She took it very literally. Yeah.
Your interpretation is quite interesting.
If the requirement is just all of them, she can still do it.
yes, she can. I believe in her.
I definitely believe that you can fuck all of the cops.
Yeah.
Oh.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
So
Ruben believes in you. You're fine.
this would be
Get this
sort
baby
of
going.
right up your alley. This is going to be a I'm sorry, what is it? My mind is going
Manipulate?
blank right now. Manipulate. I almost said something else. All right. Yes, so this would be a manipulate roll.
All right.
And kind of while you're at the go ahead and roll and then I'll tell you.
All right. So I don't think I can tear off a fake mustache this time, so no cloak and dagger. But I do believe mesmerism should not come into play because I want them to remember me. But I do have the ability trust in me, which is +1 die versus targets who I'm having an intimate relationship with, which we already established is exactly what's happening.
All right.
Manipulate
So you're
3 dice for me.
all right. Well, you have a good chance here.
2, 3.
No whammies.
Oh no! Oh no! What?
So here's the thing. I'm so glad that I had trust in me because here's what I rolled: 1, 1, 6.
Yay!
Nice. All right. So for that, it reduces your heat by 3, which I think is going to take you guys down to 0.
Yeah, we should be good.
Nice.
It was like right when you said it was like should be good. I saw the first one drop, and I was like, oh. And then we cut to Cassandra in jail.
So you can't help overhear some rumors that are going around at this party. It's not necessarily like the constable ball, but it is sort of more of a casual party for some of the more hoity-toity people in the law enforcement agencies in town. So you have some of the investigators there. You have some of like the chief of police and stuff like that. But it's more of a party. It's less of a ball. And as people start to get a little drunk, their lips get looser, and you manage to kind of mislead some of the people to believe that these gang activities have been perpetrated by some of your allies or enemies.
I specifically named the ogres.
The ogres. The ogres. Need to add them to the faction sheet now. So the rumors that you hear though is they say that they're not making very much progress in this ongoing investigation to try and figure out who took the rich man's money or his artifacts and broke into his warehouse. They're talking about Walter Reed, and they're not making very much progress with that, but they think that he might have skipped town, so they're not sure if he's gone missing or if he's been kidnapped or if he's just, left and went back east. But you also hear a rumor that something some kind of shadowy figure has been kind of appearing on the edge of town and scaring the common folk, and people have been like reporting sightings of this nightmare. That they're calling it a nightmare, even though something that close to town wouldn't be like a nightmare. Would be have to be really strong to be that close to town because there were so many wards put up. So they're thinking it's probably someone doing some kind of trick or something, or it's just superstitious people spreading rumors. But that is another one of the rumors that's kind of going around.
Okay. So a lot of deflection and some spooky stuff happening. All right. My other action was just going to be to train up my magic because or cast, sorry.
The way you said it.
Yeah, my magic. Listen, it's fine. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep training spirit. Probably would just be some more lessons with Ruben. Because they're my
Lessons
go-to.
with Ruben.
She's gonna come back smelling of sweat and success, and then just be like, "You bedroom now, magic."
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Yeah, as you're trying to go to sleep that night, you have a hard time going to sleep, and you feel like exhausted from the day, but your mind's kind of racing from all these things that you're learning about arcane glyphs and reading runes and cards. And when you finally do get to sleep, you wake up and you have this kind of sleep paralysis experience, and there's this this shadow that's kind of sitting on your chest, and you can't move. You just see it staring down at you. These kind of void eyes, and you can feel Ruben in the bed next to you, but you can't move. You can't scream. And eventually you just kind of pass out from terror. The next morning, you don't have any visible like proof, or there's no residue or anything, but this stain on your chest is still there, and it seems like it might even be getting bigger.
Just nudge Ruben awake and be like, is it spreading? Just kind of, just all in his face, just like, look, you see the, like the mark, is it getting bigger?
I would like to respectfully inspect her mark.
Non-creepily.
Yeah.
With consent, it's never creepy.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So
Non-creepy.
yeah, roll me an insight check.
Okay.
You're good at that.
I believe I am. Be an insight, yeah. Whoop. 3, 5, and a 6. That's a 6.
Yeah, you feel like it's definitely getting worse. You can feel strange source of energy coming from it. It seems like maybe your connection to Salmagundi is keeping your supernatural wound from getting worse, but Cassandra doesn't have the same benefits.
I'm in danger.
Oh. I mean, I could lie and give you good news, but no, that looks like it's getting worse. Did something happen?
I thought they were normal night terrors, but it would seem that it escalated quite far. There was something that sat on my chest while I was trying to sleep, but I was very much awake.
Should we tell the others?
It's getting worse, so might be good. If nothing else, we can pay Kat to watch us tonight and shoot whatever enters the room.
For the father
Maybe.
to bless us?
Yes. Although he has been keeping a wide berth of the bedroom.
Well, he can bless us outside of the bathroom.
That's fair. We should tell the others.
Yeah.
Let's go tell the others.
Okay. Peek head out.
You guys ring the bell in the kitchen. Ding, ding.
Yeah. House meeting.
It's far too early. Don't ring a bell. We're all awake. The eggs are done. Don't. No,
I was up at 5. I don't know what the fuck you were doing.
Sleeping, because that's what people do at 5 in the morning.
It's an early 11 right now, so.
Something unusual has happened with myself and Cassandra.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know why that warrants a bell ring.
I'm gonna just slowly pull my shirt open and reveal my black tendrilled, blood poisoned looking scar.
I have one as well, and it's much worse.
You got matching tattoos? I don't understand.
Something maybe gave us tattoos. It was not consensual. I think there's definitely something very strange and dark that has happened, and it's getting worse for Cassandra. I don't know if my connection to Salmagundi is helping me, or I don't know, but hers got worse. So
I'm gonna take a box of table salt and make a circle around them.
oh, uh,
It's super effective. See the spirits fly out. No.
Oh, this is definitely the Padres territory, not mine. That's for sure.
This is a bit odd. How large is the other mark?
Cassandra's just gonna lift her shirt up and flash the Padre. About this big.
Okay, yes. Well, this
You're
is
welcome
for,
to inspect very closely, Padre.
I
Just be
did not-
gentle.
It will not be necessary.
It was during we'll call it a spirit walk with Salmagundi, and then something dark, I believe, was stalking us, and then I saw something shooting myself and maybe Salmagundi with an arrow, and then this appeared when I woke up.
I'm curious as to why this entity decided to follow or hunt you. Did anything peculiar happen on this particular walk?
I felt eyes on me, like I was being watched. And then the arrows seemingly came out of nowhere.
You gotta be paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes things happen, you know, and you're having a bad trip, and it's not, it
Oh, it
doesn't
was the
have
drugs
real
then.
world.
There was a
I-
lot of drugs involved.
Yeah.
Sometimes substances can be used to help us witness and view the world and the spirit realm in other ways. I
Yes.
never frown on such things. It is not discouraged. But I know you're not going to like to hear this, but if you were walking with the color, I'm sure this would not have happened.
Maybe you're right. I was.
You
there
can
visiting
hear
a
the
friend.
eye roll that Leon gives. Like,
Sorry, I'm just being. There's a very large aircraft flying overhead. Perhaps you are right, Father. We were visiting Salmagundi, trying to make nice, get them used to Cassandra.
So you two were paying attention more to each other than your surroundings.
And her god. Or, and his god.
Yes, my god, yeah. I think it's a bit rich saying I was paying attention to anything in the moment. But yeah, not good. Can you remove curses, Father? Is this a curse? I don't know.
I could attempt to do so. I'm not necessarily a specialist in such things.
I have complete faith in you and the color.
I hope you're not just saying that.
I'm not. I've seen you do incredible and wondrous things, and I know that that comes from the color, and I have been very impressed.
Would it be possible at this time to attempt a cleansing, a bathing of this sin with perhaps some cast?
Yeah, I mean, you could attempt that, I think. At the very least, it would keep you guys a lot of insight if it wasn't a successful healing.
I
Focus
shall.
on Cass first. I would see her healed of this first. Anyway.
Cassandra, if you could close your eyes and pray at this time.
I will certainly try.
And I have a game question.
Yeah.
Is this particular role affected by my arm?
I would say no.
Okay.
No, this isn't a physical. This isn't going to be affected by like a physical limitation.
Of course. Thank you. Oh, color. We ask for your connection. We ask for a way into your heart and for you to open ours to guide us away from the mistakes that have brought us this strange color that is not yours. Oh, color. We thank you for your time and for your essence. And we hope that you will forgive and clear the heart and mind of my friend. A 2, and a 1.
Oh, fun.
You channel, your God's will very often, and you once again feel this connection, but you can feel this opposing force on the other end, and when you go to kind of exert this energy outward, something pushes back, and Cassandra, you can kind of feel this pulsing in your chest. It's not necessarily a pain, sharp pain. It's more of a dull ache, but you can feel it like a big, almost like your heartbeat, but every vein in your chest, you can like feel the, not sure, I forget what they're called, but you can feel, the blood flowing through it, and it kind of burns.
I'm not sure this is working, Padre.
Something, whatever this is a vicious. This force is resisting. I'm not sure. This is very odd.
Yes, very. I don't think this is working though. Is there anything else? Maybe an ointment?
Last time some spooky weird shit was affecting me, I think we did an exorcism.
We could exorcise the color from my chest. Oh, that's a weird statement.
That's, yeah.
That doesn't necessarily count as one of your downtime actions. To do that roll, just FYI. Since this is definitely more of a whole different thing going on. So sorry, feel bad. Don't make me feel bad.
Yeah, it's dice rolls, man. Roll with it. That's the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys are kind of gloomily sitting around this table trying to figure out what to do.
I mean,
I think I will excuse myself, but pardon me.
oh,
And I'd like to use that also as a transition into a few things on my mind that are troublesome at my downtimes, if that's okay.
Cool.
I'm going to focus heavily on my connection with the color. I'm wondering if I have done something wrong or if my injury was an offense if my use of the power has been too frivolous. I would like to use both of my normal downtime actions to focus on healing myself. And I know that potentially we can also use coin to buy additional downtime actions, yes?
Correct.
I will do these first healing rolls as I sulk. I'm a bit concerned about why I wasn't able to help Cassandra. Perhaps my vessel is not pure. I have a 5 on the first roll.
Okay. That is, I believe, 2 segments on your healing clock.
That will completely fill it, which I believe brings us down 1 level.
Yep.
Clock is clear. I will continue to focus. Take stress for each attempt of this.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure there's a trade-off.
Doing it to myself is a bit intense, but I'm going again. Do I have additional dice still?
Noise.
I don't want to hear people hear me. You have 2 additional dice that you can add to your pools currently.
I will use one of them.
Cool.
I do have 2 6s.
Ooh,
Yes.
nice. That'll fill your clock all the way. That'll give you 5 segments, so it'll even go towards the next time you heal.
Mhm.
That would, at this time, mean that my arm is restored.
Yeah, and you feel reassured that the color is with you. It just seems that, you know, the limitations of your ability to channel this power is great. You know, you have not your limitations aren't great. Your ability is great, but when facing, you know, an opposing force that is very strong, you know, you can only do so much at once. So
I must get stronger. I must satisfy the will of the color. I will use a coin to continue my reflection and to reduce my stress. Enter deep prayer and bring out the little whip that I have for myself in these situations. And I believe that is a resistance roll, yes?
I believe so, yeah.
Which will be 3. This coin. I rolled a 6, a 5, and a 4. And with that 6, I believe I overindulge.
Ooh, do you? Let's see. It's with a 6. It's 3 segments.
Oh, never mind. I do not. But I have a little bit of stress left.
Yeah, I mean the solitude and I guess what is it? You know, the whipping, you know, the repentance. It hones your mind. It focuses your concentration on that singular thing that matters most to you, which is, you know, the color and being close to it. So
I don't mean to interrupt, but you were trying to reduce stress, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he would have overindulged. Like he's not removing segments.
I'm looking at reduce
Yeah.
heat. Yeah.
You're looking at
With
heat,
reduce
not stress. Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, indulge vice. So
Mhm.
yeah, you clear stress equal to the result.
I do overindulge them.
Ooh.
Ew. All right.
Nothing bad ever happens from that.
I won.
Let me see real quick. That makes things complicated. So
Please, color, give me your guidance. What have I done wrong?
you feel like this overwhelming joy. You get this flood of vision, of undescribable imagery consisting of various shapes and waves and geometric patterns, and it kind of overwhelms your senses, and then all of a sudden it stops, and when you try to reach out to the color, you don't get a response. And so that doesn't mean that you cannot use your magic, but the next downtime, you will not be able to reduce your stress.
Oh
Because
dear.
your vice purveyor, it's essentially it's the you're been cut off. Your vice purveyor is tapped.
Well then.
So I think that just leaves Cat.
Yep, I'm just gonna work on my grimoire and exercise my mind by raiding Rian's library for books on anatomy, so I can figure out more fun ways to use magic in ouchy places.
Oddly enough, Rianne doesn't have a lot of books on anatomy. It is not her specialty. So her anatomy books are definitely like, the intro classes.
And then I'll go to the library.
But the intro class books aren't bad. Like they're perfectly fine. Like, I mean, if you want to like really get into the medical stuff, you could always go to school, Catriel, and become a doctor.
Doctor of Pain.
Dr. Payne.
Oh,
Dr.
those are called
Payne.
chiropractors.
I don't think
Or
they're real
dentist.
doctors.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have a medical degree. All of mine are.
Neither do I.
Well, if you did your own research, you might find that those witch doctors really are not doing enough to help people. Also, with the basic books, you do still have the pictures available, if that is
true.
something you're concerned about.
That is true. Visual aid is very important, especially for you.
Fair
I
enough.
know.
Yeah, I do like the picture books.
I am going to. In fact, you should start with the introduction books, Kat. Like this, it will. And then when you're finished with the intro books, we can go get you the more complicated stuff.
Army teach me to shoot, not to read.
That's fine. I think that I think shooting is you are very good at what you do. and we're just going to teach you some more knowledge and a new skill. I am so proud of you. Just gives you all of my intro to anatomy books. Like-
So you're training your mind? Is that what's
Yes.
happening? Oh, okay. So yeah, you get two blips. I love that. I love that. You have just a plethora of books of any type of thing.
Never get rid of them. You never know when you.
This nebulous bookcase that may or may not contain all the things. But as far as working on your grimoire, I mean they're kind of 2 in 1. You do find some interesting books on anatomy that kind of give you insight into how cells work and how there are different systems in the body, such as the circulatory or the skeletal system. And it's not just the red stuff in the bones.
There's more there. Holy shit.
The nerves are the fun one.
Yeah, and so go ahead and I don't even know what kind of skill you want to use for this role. It could be investigate or gain insight, or let's see.
I'll do gain insight and I'll use one of my extra die.
Nice. Okay.
I got a 6 and a 3.
A 6 will give you 3 segments towards your project. Let me see how many you need to complete it. So that will bump it up to 4 out of 5. So you only need 1 more.
Gonna have to start experimenting on people.
It's for science, guys.
Well,
So.
don't worry about
Of course, it's for science. What else is it for?
You guys kind of meet up again in the room, the enchanted room connected to your hideout that contains the queen's brass, this strange object. You guys kind of begin to discuss amongst yourselves like how you would even go about displaying it at auction, and who would be interested in buying it and such. You guys do know that there are a few different factions involved in kind of transportation or sale of goods. The most predominant being the Ant Lions, which are an underworld group of black market merchants, and they are kind of the leading purveyors of illicit goods in the city. Nobody really fucks with them, or if they do, they usually end up on the chopping block or getting knocked down a peg. They kind of run a tight ship, and it's known that they have paid off a lot of the authorities, or they're in good favor with a lot of these different factions to kind of get people off their back. And also because they have the shit that everybody needs. Everything from like street drugs to, precious magical items. They are the people who can get it. There are others as well, less high profile people. But for an item like this, you probably want the big guns.
Yeah, I think the idea was originally we were going to send out invitations to some of the probably anyone who essentially we knew had the money to pay for this, and literally auction it off to the highest bidder. Wasn't that the plan?
One of you guys would probably realize this at some point, but like if you were to do that, it would be inviting a lot of people or letting a lot of people know
What we have.
what you have.
Right.
And usually the way you go about these things is to have a third party auctioneer handle the business end. And you guys kind of just reap the benefits of it. That way your identity can remain anonymous. And you can get the services of security. You're not going to get assaulted or robbed or anything during the process of this. And they have access to notable people, a plethora of people who might be interested and have the coin.
Yeah. Secrecy during the sale would definitely be sensible so that nobody steals it. Although afterwards, can we do a tell Cersei it was me?
That's completely up to you guys. Yeah.
So do we want to send... Alright, so I guess the question that we have to... there are definitely people that... Lots of actions that would want their hands on this. The question is, who do we not want to have this item?
Definitely our rivals.
Oh yeah, no, they can't touch shit.
We have a couple of those.
The Circle of Flame has no claim. The Investigators have no claim. The Family of the Heartlands have no claim. And fuck the Brewers as well.
Right. Also, I feel, Padre, we don't want the Church of Saul getting their hands on this.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, there we go.
So if we don't want them, I will also, because yes, the Antillians definitely have money, but considering the power that this has, do we want to unofficially possibly sell to official government agencies?
You can also sell it to the Queen.
We could.
There's also currently an ongoing investigation as to who stole this right now. In Blackstone.
Yeah. So it's going to have to be somebody underworld. It's going to have to be someone that isn't going to actively try and chase up who the fuck was selling this in the first place. So somebody underworld or criminal. Or, like you say, we could approach the Queen on the other side so she can decide.
I feel like that would lead to an explosion of violence that I'm not entirely sure we need. The Antlions seem like a good option to me.
Yes. So should we possibly send an encrypted message? That's what we have and what we have to offer and what their offering is to the Antlions, and see what they feel about it.
Yeah. Yeah, see if they're interested. Okay. I don't know if we want to... If we maintain our secrecy to keep our cover and our security, or do we want them to know to try and gain some positive reputation with them?
They could give us jobs. They could lead us to more items, that being said.
That's kind of why we were wanting to sell.
That is true, but I don't want to be beholden to them, so to speak.
Well, in this particular business transaction, I think that it would be understood that it is an olive branch. It would not be us promising in any way servitude,
No.
but it would open a door potentially. I think that is
for further work.
A good idea.
Yeah, to show them, look what we can do. Do you want us to do more?
Yeah, it gives us a level of legitimacy
You guys are good at you're in the Indiana Jones of this world.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, you need a fence. Most criminals do.
Yeah.
There's almost no way to subtly get rid of illicit goods without
Mhm.
somebody
Knowing
with-
about it.
that knows the
Yeah.
right passages.
And I'd like to say that I would prefer the Antlions to look at us favorably than unfavorably if we are to
Mhm.
get
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Because pushing this item around, regardless of who we push it to, would definitely get these people's attention.
Yeah.
So why not just push it towards them to begin with?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
So let's give them a letter then. And I think like this is essentially sending a letter to the Antlions is a like mechanically would be our gather information to gauge their interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do have two
Would
in
you like to
negotiate,
roll?
by the way. For
Well, then,
yeah,
unless anyone has any better, I think that sounds sensible.
I mean, as the person who understands goods and pushing goods, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a score, is it?
No, I think this is the gather information before
Yeah.
the score.
Yeah.
And then
Gotcha.
the score
Just
is essentially the handoff that we're gonna be
Yeah.
doing to them. Yeah.
that's fine. I'm just checking because
Yeah.
one of
We'll see.
my abilities.
You'll say I have something in mind.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I maybe this will apply then because I can get a +1 dice to gaining insight when gathering information on a target for a score, but not doing it during the score. Is that correct?
Right.
So
yeah.
this
So
is during
this
the
would
gather
be
information.
yeah. This would be the time to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're giving me.
What I'll do is I'm gonna try and use some. I'll use my augury and clairvoyant skills to try to assess the best person within the organization to approach for this. I'm gonna try to. I'll maybe use some manner of crystal ball effect, or it's maybe just I've got a special bowl that I fill with water, and the water maybe just kind of shifts from looking translucent to having a mirrored surface, and try to see the face of who we want to contact.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Yeah, because that'll give us something for the operation later, so might as well cash that in now.
Yep.
Oh, sugar sticks. It's a 5.
Okay.
1, 4, and a 5. So if that was in any way successful, I think we get oh no, I get a +1 dice. Might as well in case it was not 6. So that's just for later, Vulgar. I will let you know who to write your letter to, basically.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So.
So you see in your vision I'll get you
Yeah.
that in just a
Mhm.
sec. But
Yeah.
what you see is basically a general goods store, and there's just this very normal looking shopkeep tending to various customers' needs. It's like a little, almost like a convenience store in town.
Okay. Sensible cover. If that is indeed their cover. This could be a complete smokescreen. Yeah. You know that general goods store in town, Rianne?
I get all of my hot chocolate from there.
I think that's their front, so.
Interesting. Then it won't be too weird for me to walk in there with a letter if I'm going in there and getting general goods.
Exactly.
Yes, then. So I suppose this is the official gather information roll now, and I don't get any additional die from what you just did. I just have.
It's no, but later on when you guys do the engagement roll, you'll get an additional
the
die.
additional die. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna roll negotiate for this. Essentially, I'm going into this store and I have a letter prepped, and on the letter there's even a sketch of like a mirror on it with with a little white rabbit inside of the mirror. to kind of give some information on that, and I'm gonna go to the shopkeep, like, kind of go around like I shop like normally and mingle with the shopkeep and all of that, and slide in this envelope, and I got a 4 on my negotiation for gather info.
Yeah, he is a small kind of burrower man who his name is Donovan, and he runs his general store, and he takes this letter and kind of gives you a funny look and puts it in his pocket. And over the next couple of days, you exchange letters back and forth with assumedly him or someone who speaks for Antlions. And they tell you that there is an auction coming up, and that they could have a magician, take, or an arcanist, like kind of take this, or transport this room for you, unless you have someone who can do it. I mean, you guys are probably capable of doing it. You did it before. But they say, we would like to take a look at it and prove its authenticity, and then you're welcome to attend the auction yourselves. There'll be a lot of things on sale there, but the sale itself, they'll end up taking 10% of whatever the sale is.
Yeah. No,
So,
that's fine.
And after they evaluate it, they'll tell you, like, you guys can negotiate like what a starting price would be for it, and it would be a pretty penny. I imagine at least a handful of coins for something like this. So with that in mind, you have any clarifying questions, follow-up questions?
I guess my question would be, who would be bidding?
Who would be bidding? Basically, they kind of tell you that, people from various factions throughout Blackstone, but they're not at liberty to say any specifics. There's a certain buy-in. You either have to have a reputation or some kind of, typically it's like almost like a fee, an entrance fee.
Gotcha.
But since you guys are participating, you're selling, they're basically offering you a free invitation to participate without paying this fee. So normally only people who can afford it or have the proper reputation. So none of the factions with, like, I forget what it's called. None of the factions with a low tier, like anything with a tier 2 or lower, not going to be involved in this auction. Also, like, the official city government and stuff is not involved at all.
Gotcha.
Because of obvious reasons.
It's nefarious, yeah. No, this is good, and if we are definitely in the audience, we can definitely, like, for example, if we have someone we don't want, we can possibly manipulate the situation to making sure that the artifact does not end up in the hands that we don't want. Because we've got an invitation. We just have to show them the box, which we are capable of showing them this box with bringing it towards them. But I'm going to leave that to the people who moved the box in the first place. But Yeah, this is good. This is good, everyone. We are good. We're good. We are I'm so excited. I have to pee.
I know.
This is in character.
She's so excited she has to pee.
That's a mood.
So this is probably going to be a score of the social variety. Negotiate, bargain, or persuade. Your social connection to this is going to be the burrower auctioneer who goes by Donovan Finn. He is a member of the Ant Lions, and he also runs a small general store.
Cassandra, dear, I feel like you are probably better suited to deal with this side of things.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, worth a little magic. See what I can do to sway their opinion.
You do have a magical mouth, my dear.
And then some. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get to work, as it were. So.
If we're our engagement roll, remember we get a +1 to.
Yeah, so you'll
Is
start with
engagement roll the
a
right word?
two dice, and
Two
if you
dice.
have major advantages. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
It is bold of us to reach way above our station to get in contact with people to sell a very rare item that we stole, I would say.
Especially people who are much higher tier than us. But we're going in quite confident.
Let's see. I don't think that's relevant. Do you guys have any friends or contacts that could provide aid or insight into this?
I know I used him earlier, but would I be able?
Same.
I was gonna say Xenophon could keep an ear out to make sure that the law doesn't know about what's going on.
I mean,
Kind of that.
if you talk to him about it, he'd probably tell you that, you know, the law is aware that what's going on. They just aren't in a position to control.
more of the hey, if they start moving,
If there's like a raid or something.
yeah. To see if they are planning to do anything about it.
Okay, I see.
Additionally, would our higher status with, say, the Five Bats Gang or the Order of the Ancients have any sort of influence on something like that?
It certainly wouldn't hurt. I imagine you could have them kind of vouch for you. So yeah, I think with both of those, we'll go with an extra die. So we're up to 3.
I do have an information broker on my dangerous friends list, but they're the ones I have a bad relationship with, so I don't think we want to see.
Well, they're your rivals, so it doesn't
They're my
necessarily
rival.
mean
Yeah.
they hate you, but they probably see you as a threat. So anyway, we'll go ahead and give you 1 for that. So 3, and no. Is operation overly complex?
Didn't seem like it. We're just doing the thing.
Okay, and target is a higher tier, so we'll be back down to 2.
All right. 1, 2. Oh boy, these dice today. A 2 and a 3.
Wait,
Oh.
I think I did my
Wait.
math wrong.
Oh, hold on. I did not say that. You didn't.
You should get one more
Okay.
die.
Do you want me to just add a die or reroll the whole set?
Just add 1.
You've got rerolls still in your pool, so
I'm going to use my rerolls because I got another 2. So
you've
I'm
got
gonna,
two extra dice and 3 rerolls, I believe.
All right.
So.
Oh wow, I have a whole bunch of rerolls.
You do.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn a reroll and just do all 3 again. 1, 2, 3. That's better. 2 6s and a 3.
Wow. A critical. That means
that's my girl.
you've already overcome the first obstacle and you're in a control position for what comes next. So that being said, I would say that you have Donovan come out to the hideout with a Antlion's arcanist artificer who he wears this kind of cloak and mask. You never actually see his face, probably never says a word, but he like follows you guys down into this room and performs some divination magic on the artifact itself, which kind of triggers it to open. He inspects it, kind of steps through the portal, comes back out, kind of nods to Donovan, who's like, "All right, what are we talking here? You know, were we starting the bidding at what do you think? Maybe 4 coins, 5 coins, if you're thinking you might be able to
It's
milk
definitely
something out of this."
a valuable item, a
Oh,
hot
yeah.
commodity, something very rare and unseen. We should certainly start at 5.
If I may be so bold, I do believe we sold a watch for 4 coin. We could probably go a bit higher for something of this nature.
6.
Perhaps even 8 or 10. This is a rare item and it brings you to another land. 5 is a bit low.
When he's right, he's right.
Bless the color.
The color.
Well, I the more money you make, the more money I make. So if you think it's worth that much, then yeah, let's bump it up. Let's say let's start it at 10.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Hope somebody's there to spend some cash.
Imagine so. It'd be a waste of an auction otherwise.
All right, so you guys have already accomplished the first obstacle and you're in control position for what comes next. So I would say you guys can go ahead and do all the preparations you need to attend this auction. Decide, how it's going to go down. You've been told to meet at the general store after hours. And that the auction will take place in the cellar, which seems a little strange considering how like formal and powerful these people sound, but we'll see.
But at the same time,
Yes.
yeah. Do we declare our loads yet?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You guys go ahead and get your load on.
I will be a light load. Don't
I'm
worry.
gonna
I'm going medium.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do light.
I'll do light.
Hmm.
I'm gonna dress up quite smart.
I
Oh,
do
yeah.
not want to be too off-putting, but I think it is also good for people to see that someone is packing, as they say. I'm not sure which message we would like to send.
I've never
Padre,
had
you
any.
just have to wear tight pants for that.
I was gonna say, Padre, there was never any doubt that you were packing.
That is not you.
That
You walked right into that one.
you guys just kind of discussed it with Donovan, the auctioneer. People typically come with bodyguards, but weapons are kind of taken at the door. So unless it's concealed, it might not be might be hard to get in there with it. That being said, I know some of you guys have access, or well, Cassandra has access to a concealed weapon as part of her playbook. But you guys could also take a concealed weapon and maybe just have it cost 1 extra load, as opposed to the normal 1 load for like a pistol or whatever.
Gotcha.
Is it possible when you have arcane weapon that can it be something that looks everyday humdrum, but through magic
Certainly.
can become
Yeah, I think that like if you were to carry a deck of tarot cards or something in there, nobody's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
like
Go full
take that
gambit
from
on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think I will go with a normal load then.
Normal load. All right. I am going to bio real quick and then we'll get started.
Sweet.
Okay. Get your
Are
bio.
we ready to-
Have any last? Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna get a drink as well.
Yeah.
Just
You
remember
guys have
to
any
mute
last
your
minute
headset.
preparations?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Are we ready to dress up all fancy and mean business, everybody?
Ooh, I am going to put on my best skirt for this.
Cassandra is going to pack away an assortment of mustaches for this.
False noses.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear my fanciest bodyguard outfit.
Yeah.
So
So
smart.
I'm definitely imagining some suspenders like on Cat.
Oh, yeah.
Some sharp looking suspenders
Some
that also have gun
sharp-looking-
holsters.
Yeah, some sharp yep, some sharp looking
The-
suspenders. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now we should go on
Looks good.
Pinterest and look up Victorian fancy clothes.
Mm.
See, I have art of the way that Ruben dresses because he has his fancy coat that has
Yeah.
like red like crushed velvet with gold pattern on it on the
Mhm.
collar. So he looks fancy, but he also looks like an NPC from Curse of Strahd.
Not a bad choice though.
No,
No.
that sounds about right. So
It sounds right for a darkling, really, doesn't it?
like most
That's-
of Rianne's like normal clothing is I imagine modeled off a lot of like 1890 just like sportswear for women,
Yeah,
which
the,
if there's,
like
like-
the dark skirt and
or the trousers with like the really
Oh,
high
yeah.
socks on them, right? Like
Yeah.
that kind of it's like that's how I imagine that she dresses like normally.
yeah.
Sort
I
of
like
thing. Yeah. And then but now she has to be fancy. It's okay. She is a
Yeah.
professional. She's got some fancy clothes in her closet for such an occasion.
Is it like fancy like librarian? Like fancy librarian?
It's fancy librarian. Yeah.
Saucy
Yeah.
librarian?
Saucy
yeah,
librarian.
Yeah.
She definitely has a saucy librarian look. She's gonna keep her. She's gonna have her hair down for like the first time in ever. Like-
We're bringing back sassy Rianne. Am I sassy?
Rianne's
When
always-
Rianne got her groove back, if you will.
It's like, oh, you see, I got an A in this outfit. So
Ah,
instead of
librarian's
putting
new
my-
groove. Yeah, I like it.
Mhm. Our preparations, Jamie was just talking about our outfit.
Nice. Yeah, I mean you gotta be styling.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
we have to look
yeah.
like some respectable criminals. Like
So
I
you
will
arrive. Oh,
Have
go
my
ahead.
bright and colorful cassock as always.
oh
But
yeah,
I'll also make sure I'm wearing the hat today.
A jaunty hat.
Yes.
Oh, love it.
Pardon the interruption.
no,
you're
this is
fine.
important information.
Hats are
Yeah.
good interruptions.
So you guys arrive at the general store late at night. There's not many people on the street. And there's, you kind of just are seen by lamplight as the moon is having a hard time making its way between the tops of the buildings. And the masked artificer kind of greets you at the door, silently opens the door. You hear the ding of the bell
Mhm.
that's hanging above the door as he opens it and gestures you towards the back. There's a staircase that leads down to the cellar, and you kind of hear a crowd of voices coming from the cellar as you get closer. And as you go down, you can see a great many people, probably several dozen, all seated at tables in this large cellar area with a stage on one end, and the bottom of the stairs there are two more of these masked individuals with these kind of blue uh, expressionless masks made of cloth and leather, and they have these like brown strips that hang down onto the chest piece. And they gesture towards your holsters and such, and they tell you that you'll get your weapons back when you leave.
Well, I'll definitely make a show of handing over a a small a small pistol and just being like, well, fine. But if anything happens, I'm holding you personally responsible.
Because of the nature of this game, I mean, you guys don't necessarily have to have brought weapons, but if you have anything big and obvious, then
well, this is so he doesn't suspect the concealed gun.
Well, I understand that, but I'm just saying, we can always retroactively say that they took it off of you and that you're going to get it back or something. If it comes up later.
But the important question, do we have the scene of Kat just like unloading an obscene amount of weapons onto this table?
Fine.
Then there's just the like, hold on, reaches down, pulls out this just large Bowie knife from somewhere.
Reaches down, pulls one out of my fucking shoe.
So there's a large empty table that you guys are led to, and as you look around, you can see lots of other shady looking individuals. There are people with these strange tattoos and robes. There's a very tall man who wears what looks like human bones adorning all of his clothing. There are just a number of misfits and criminals seated at all these different tables, and the servers there are people there to bring you wine and food, and people are kind of you can tell that a lot of these people probably know each other. They're all like exchanging looks, and you do notice that at one table there is a group of people who aren't being social whatsoever, and they're without a doubt members of the Church of Soul. They have the kind of the robes with the insignia and everything. They kind of look like they're acting like they're superior in this situation, even though they're here to do the exact same kind of thing. So is there anything you guys need to know before the auction begins?
I am gonna turn to the Padre when we see the Church of Saul people and do a very dramatic eye roll for him, like check these fucking guys out.
Fools, misguided and lost in the old ways. I know that it is not in our best interest to start a scene, so I will not go spill wine on their table right now, but the option will be present.
However, we definitely want them not bidding on our particular item. So perhaps we should figure out a way to, when it comes up, to not necessarily make them less likely to buy, but making someone else a little bit more looser in their cash, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm. Or trying to convince them that it is in fact perhaps a little cursed and not worth their while.
So Jamie, I sort of have a assorted friend in the Church of Soul, right? Like we did like a little, I did some of that little negotiating earlier at the beginning of is he there? Is my friend there?
At the beginning of the campaign,
Yes.
the guy that you guys sent on a death mission into the Nightmare Frontier? No, he's not there.
I was like, but he might have come back.
Well, also,
Uh,
he's just a
better.
soldier. I would assume that the Church of Soul would have sent fancy people.
Would they have sent Flavio, a dangerous friend, a Solarian servant?
I don't see why not. It could be Flavio.
I also have Donato, a Solarian spy, who is my rival. If we want to just throw all of the Solarians in.
Well, if we're going big on the curse thing, I have Isabel, who's a possessed Solarian.
Ooh, everybody's got Solarians. Let's go.
I was just thinking of...
I've got a Solarian assassin.
Yeah.
It's just all of them at a table.
They're all like, yeah, we're undercover. Don't tell anybody.
Right. No, that's fine. That's fine.
No, it's that first guy that you mentioned. He seemed plausible though.
Yeah.
What was he? He was a servant. What did you say about?
Oh, well, the whole idea that I was starting to portray is to just somehow not necessarily look like we're discouraging the Church of Soul from bidding on this thing, because that's a little sus, so much as we should be maybe making somebody else a little bit more loose with their purse to just make sure that they're out bidding. What if we started the rumor today that maybe our tarot person can get something out of here. It's like, who here other than us has the biggest beef with the Church of Soul?
I can do that. I say confidently.
Yes, I want to figure out who that is.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a gain insight. It could also be manipulate or some kind of social role if you're trying to like gossip.
Yeah, I think he his attempt to gain information from people when in this particular line of thinking is gaining insight is what he specializes in. It helps him do his cold reading with people. But if I'm trying to figure out beefs, yeah. And not only that, but if I can figure that person out, I could maybe be like, do you want me to read your fortune and see how you're gonna luck out tonight? And then basically
but also
tell them what they need to hear.
Also the idea of like spreading a rumor, just like, I hear the Church of Soul thinks they're going to outbid you on everything today.
Yeah.
Like really nail that in the head for their rivals.
Let's do one
I'll
roll to see if you can tell.
Yeah, I'll gain the insight, and then we can send Cass to go and do the rumor thing if we want.
I was also gonna say, could I potentially like seduce someone and steal their little bid card and just like have them up bidding to get us more coin? Yeah.
That would be a finesse roll, probably to pickpocket somebody.
Yeah, I want to do that when the opportunity arrives.
Highest roll is a 5 for the gain insight. Anyway,
you know that pretty much nobody in the underworld is a fan of the Church of Soul, but you recognize a few of the symbols on the robes of these cult looking like people with the markings on their faces, these tattoos on their faces. You recognize them as belonging to the first family, and they're also a religious faction, which means they're pretty much subjugated to persecution by church soul. So they are especially unfond of these individuals.
Gotcha.
But any more information would be, you'd need a higher roll.
Yes, that's fine. I will sidle up to Cassandra and pass on that information. They're the ones we really need to work on, I think. They're particularly off-put by the Church of Saul.
I'll go make friendly then.
Yeah. Do what you do.
I'll go make nice. Say hello.
You do it so well. Okay.
So
All
you're
right.
gonna try and put some words in these people's ears.
Oh yeah, gonna butter them up real good.
Words, tongue.
Words.
Okay.
What does their arrangement look like? Are they sitting at like a comfy area with drinks and stuff, or do I need to bring them over and schmooze?
They look real sus. They're real sketchy. They kind of keep for themselves in a way, but yeah, they're also enjoying the refreshments and kind of sitting around waiting for things to get started.
Cassandra, being a woman of class and elegance, is just going to invite herself to where they are and have a seat.
They all kind of stop talking and look at you at the same time.
How are we all doing tonight? I hope everyone's well.
They all kind of nod their heads.
Wonderful. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Cassandra Silk. If there's anything any of you needed tonight while the auction is going on, I'm here to entertain. And she's just going to, bat her eyelashes, give a wink, a nod, all of that good stuff, and try and butter at least one of them up and kind of scope out where their bidding fan or card thingy is. I don't know what the technical term for it is.
All right. Let's see. You guys are in a control position. So go ahead and roll manipulation.
All right. Manipulate's got 2 dice. This is a little important, so I'm going to use one of my extra dice as well. So I'm going to bring it up to 3.
We believe in you. Big money,
1,
no
2,
whammies.
3. More crits. Nope. 6, 1, and a 2. I'll take a 6.
So yeah, you managed to kind of figure out a way to appeal to these strange people by asking them about their weird cult. And after listening to some of their ramblings, you managed to get a word in and tell them that, they're basically convince them that, if the church gets their hands on these artifacts, then they'll pose an even greater threat to their way of life. So
we don't want that.
They kind of drink with you for a little while, but as you're spending time with these individuals, you start to kind of feel a little indoctrinated. You're a little like, for lack of a better word, you're a little like fascinated by them, and
so impressionable.
To the point where you're reluctant to go back to your friends. And if you want to rejoin your friends at their table, you're gonna have to make some kind of roll, because these people are kind of have their own sort of mesmerism going on.
Oh no, these bastards. Okay,
it's going to be probably a soul roll.
Soul roll, all right.
Or spirit.
Spirit. Yeah. Okay, I can do that. If I succeed, that's when I want to do my finesse roll to swipe as well.
Sure, absolutely.
So let me do the soul first. 6 and a 5. I'm on a roll
So
today.
when you roll that, it means that it doesn't happen. And luckily, I think you rolled a 6, so you don't take the
Stress.
the stress, right?
Yeah. Because it's like a stress, like a resistance roll starts at 6 and you subtract based on your roll, right?
Yes, and then all right. So yeah, you managed to you're familiar with this kind of magic, since you're practitioner of it. You kind of see the telltale signs as you're falling under the spell, and you manage to rip yourself away and return to your friends.
Can I pocket the
Yeah.
thing now?
Yeah. You see that several of them have these numbered paddles.
Oh, so they don't just have one. Each of them have one.
Not each of them, but several of them.
Okay.
You could grab one from them or a different table. It's really up to you.
No, I want to make it seem like these guys are bidding on one once the bid war starts. I want to.
Interesting.
I want to use it to upscale the bidding, because I have a plan here. I just want to get a hold of it first, and then once the bidding starts, because we're going to be down in the seats too. So yeah, I want to swipe one of theirs then, so that I got it.
Go ahead and roll a finesse roll, I suppose.
And I'm going to spend another one of the extra dice that I had, because I think I still had a few. It's a 3, 1, and a 6.
All right, so you managed to pocket one of these with a bit of luck and make your way back to your companions.
Reuben.
Yeah.
I got one of their paddles.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, also, I should emphasize that mesmerism, since I did manipulate them earlier, they forgot what happened until they interact with me again soon. So they do not remember that I was there until they see me later. Yep, but they won't see me later because I'll be in disguise.
With that mustachio.
Yes.
I'm very impressed. Hopefully it's successful. Were they fun?
They were very chatty, and for a moment they had some very good ideas, but then they started talking about eating the patriarchy, and while it's tempting, I'm quite full already.
That's fair.
Do you guys want to do any more socializing or anything? This is your opportunity.
Yes, yeah, I'll socialize.
I mean,
that's
you
my whole
can
jam,
also do
man.
it afterwards as well.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I actually do want to socialize with the Church of Soul. And I want to do it in a way that makes it look like I am being very friendly towards them. But really, I am just trying to see what they're here after. Because this isn't the only item, I'm assuming, that's at this auction, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, but I don't have a horrible standing with them. But, I'm just sort of walking around, how some people just do the things where they walk around and they'll just say hi to several different tables and introduce themselves. I'm definitely playing it coy, I'm just that new person here, that I'm just the new bidder, which is true, but I almost want you to just kind of play that, I'm going to use my smallness up as innocent. I do look like a librarian, so
you've brought Sassy Rian back.
I brought Sassy Librarian back, so
nice.
I'd be like, hello, people of the cloth. I didn't expect to see you. Hold on, let me get Rianne's voice. Boy,
she's putting on a voice. It's fine.
Hello, people of cloth. I didn't expect to see you here.
One of the like larger individual, he's wearing like a chainmail like
Mhm.
coif and everything. He kind of like addresses you, and he's like, "No one addresses His Holiness without permission. Don't. You need to check yourself."
Before
Oh,
you wreck
well,
yourself.
my mistake, and I give like a very dramatic bow, or no, a curtsy. Like, wait, my mistake.
There's this like shriveled up thing of a human, kind of old Palpatine-esque looking motherfucker in a chair. Like at the center of this table, and he has like this, gold circlet around his head, and you assume he's some kind of bishop or whatever or something like that along those lines, or a deacon or something. And yeah, he seems to be like wholeheartedly either unaware of your presence, or not acknowledged.
I'm gonna, after my curtsy, I'm gonna turn to look at the guard, and I'll be like, it wasn't him I was addressing.
Roll your manipulate rolls. See if these guys
Oh man, it's
have a thing for
I do have an extra
intellectual
dice,
dwarf
so I'm gonna
women.
add. Oh, I don't have an
There are-
extra dice.
There are
Never
people
mind.
who don't.
All right, cool. So this is not very
Certainly
good.
is my kink.
I was gonna say cowards and fools.
Okay, so I rolled dual 4s, so that's a 4.
That's an 8. No, I'm
regardless.
just kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of these guards kinds of blushes, and they all kind of like mutter amongst themselves, and they're like, kind of one of them gives you a wink, but they don't. Huh?
Yeah, no. It's the one that kind of gives me attention. It's like, you see, I'm just sort of new at this whole nefarious auction things, and I wanted to approach the most respectable group here, and I'm like really just playing with my hair, and it's very awkward looking, to be honest with you.
He's like listening,
Yeah.
but you get interrupted as his other buddy like slaps him on the back of his head and is like, "Oi, pay attention. We gotta be on. Don't. What's the word I'm looking for?
Canoodle.
Don't canoodle with these ruffians."
Pardon me, but I am a doctor, thank you very much, of archaeology, geology, and anthropology. I am everything but a hooligan, sir. This is why I approached you, as I thought that you had some respect in this establishment, but clearly you don't. And here I was, willing to seek your advice.
He's like, "I'm sorry about my rude friends," and the other guy's like, "Look over there. I think I see a scroll or something. Needs to be read."
So I have established that these people are fucking idiots.
And this one is particularly thirsty.
And this one is
Yeah.
particularly thirsty. Okay, cool. It's like, anyway, I was just wondering if there was any not nefarious items that you were all thinking about looking at. But since clearly no one wants to talk to the respectable person in this room, I shall leave.
Amazing.
I'm a fucking doctor. I'm sorry.
I'm a librarian. Sorry, I just had to get my EV quote.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go back to my table, and it's like, I don't think they're here for anything specific, so they're just here to shop.
Did you hype up the?
They're
did you
here
hype
to
up
be
the item, though?
fools.
They're here to be stone cold fools.
Yeah. That's when he's
speaking of-
thirsty. He likes them short, I can tell.
Who can blame him, my dear?
It's true.
Speaking of what people are here for, can I see what else is on auction? In case it's anything we'd be
Not
interested
before
in.
the auction starts.
Okay.
So there's no
Alright.
like list to prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Or anything. Like,
Okay.
like we know our item.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for this one,
Okay. So it's a mystery. Well,
it's a mystery.
we'll see if we get the coin for our one.
You guys know it's gonna be magical items. I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would
yeah,
anyone
yeah.
have a list that you could swipe?
Auctioneer.
Is it something they're willing to share? Like, is it like just a description and stuff? We don't have to view the items, but do they tell us what's going to be up for bid?
It'd be nice to know at least what when ours is coming up next, and you can
That too, yeah.
Y'all's
Yeah.
is gonna be a last.
Okay, so
Last.
we know that it's last. Okay.
I think we should go chum someone
Because it's
up
kind
then.
of like the big
Mhm.
list item.
Uh,
So yeah, so there I will tell you then. So there's a list. There is something called Deathslinger's Cape, the Wagon of Wealth, and the Breaker Buckle. Either one's it's a belt buckle.
I want the cape really bad, guys. I mean, my capes are magical in appearance, but they're not actually magical.
I think that Catrell would benefit very well from a belt buckle, no matter if it's magical or not.
The belt buckle do.
Hold up your pants.
Surely you would.
But it's
want
also
to-
like a
Yeah,
status
never
symbol,
mind.
right? It's like, have you ever like? Isn't it like the one with the biggest belt buckle, like the baddest motherfucker in the room? Isn't that how it goes?
We're
Like,
from
that's what it looks-
Texas.
If you believe in such
excuse
materialistic
you, we're
things.
in the Wild West. Of course, we're in Texas. I know. Oh, are we not in Texas? I thought that's what was happening.
We're not in Texas
I'd be
anymore.
in Texas, but I am not from Texas.
Well, we'll see
Texas
what
doesn't
they
exist
all
in this
do.
world, but yeah.
Yeah, a wagon of wealth also sounds pretty tasty. But...
Yeah, we'll see what's it
They're
goes in.
going. They're gonna be auctioned off, not in that order, but in order of
Mhm.
least to most valuable.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I guess at this point it's just waiting and seeing, and maybe busting some kneecaps if it doesn't go the way we want.
Bless 'em. All right. So, sorry, I was gonna plug my phone and it died, but I'll do that later. So you guys see as Donovan approaches the podium, and kind of the lights are dimmed down a little bit around the stage, and he begins to auction off these items. The first one up is the Breaker Buckle. He says it's a silver and turquoise belt buckle. He brings it out and displays it. It has a picture of a bucking Mustang on it. It's a magical belt buckle. And if you get on the back of a regular unbroken or a wild horse and stay for 8 seconds without being bucked off, you will it will be tamed until you use the buckle's magic again.
I wonder if that also works for like sexual partners.
Listen,
If you are having sex with a horse, I think we need to speak about your
Cassandra
habits.
should get it, not me.
yeah, I was gonna say, how do you define horse here? Because Ruben is
I
Wow.
think Ruben is
Definitely a-
broken in.
And I'm already tame now. Yeah.
But
I
also
still
think
have
it's
my fun.
cool. That's very I'm gonna I'm going to hold up my thing for the starting bid on this. belt
So when
buckle.
they start the bidding at 5 coin for
Okay.
this item,
Okay.
you're gonna bid on it.
Yes, I will bid on it.
All right, fine. We got 6. We got 6. And I see a 7. You see somebody raises their thing for 7 coin. Anybody want to bid 8 coins on this belt buckle?
I don't know if
Going
I-
once, going twice.
No, just sitting there pouting.
You watch somebody else goes 9, raises his thing 9 coins. All right, 9 coins. Going once, going twice, going to this guy over here. You watch as one of these guys with a bunch of gold teeth goes up there and takes it and and they like sign some papers, and there's some stuff going off on the side of the stage as he brings up the next item. And it's actually a painting of a wagon, but he tells you that the wagon is a covered wagon, typical in appearance. The wagon of wealth has a roomy interior on the inside that is massive, with all the things you need for storage and living. It's essentially a luxury campsite on wheels. We're starting the bidding of this item at 6 coins. And there's 7 coins.
Me, I
10
want
coins,
it.
somebody raises
I want it.
8 coins to the weird lady with the tattoos on her face.
I don't have
9
tattoos on my face. Me.
9 coins
Okay.
from the lady, the dwarven lady. All right, do I hear 10 coins? No, going once, going twice. All right, 9 coins to the lady with the wonderful trousers.
Oh, thank you. We're taking this out of the vault, by the way. This is for everyone. I expect
fine.
everyone to help pay for this.
But you can also use some of the money you make off of it.
Yeah, exactly. I have 2 coins to put towards it, but I figured this is a very important thing to have if we go out on the frontier and exploring. So
I know, but I really want that cape as well.
So the Deathslinger's cape, he brings it out, and you see this black cape that kind of shimmers in the light, and it is a poncho that once a day can absorb the impact of a single bullet.
Oh, I want that cape.
They're starting the bidding at this at 7 coins. 7 coins going once. You see immediately the one of the guys from the Church of Soul raises his thing for the.
I'm
What
gonna.
do you think, guys? Do we want it?
8 coins
Perhaps
to the religious
we-
nuts.
Should have discussed the bidding strategy before we got started.
I'm gonna lean
Flashback.
Yeah,
You
flashback.
guys, somebody take some stress. You guys discuss the bidding strategy.
Yeah, we can say that like if we start off, if someone starts a bid at something, it's going to make somebody else bid for it and fight for it to a certain extent. And we want the Church of Soul to use as much money as possible, so they're not going to have enough money to buy our thing. So if they're bidding on this cape, we want them to buy this cape. But it's fine. We'll steal it from them later.
Okay, you promise? I really want
promise.
that.
Okay.
It's look at it. It's shining.
Okay. Should I be taking the stress for this? I have 4 stress
Flashback.
already. Does anyone have stress?
I have 0, so I'll
You
take
should
a
take the
stress.
Okay.
I'll take a stress.
Yes. So fight them for this cape, but let them have it.
Okay.
Do I hear 9 coins for this cape? It'll protect you from death itself.
Sure. 9 coins, yeah.
9 coins going once, going twice. The Solarians, he raises his thing at the last thing. He's like, oh, we got another bid. 10 coins for this cape. Deathslinger's cape.
No, I don't want to tip my hat yet. Yeah, go ahead and just let them keep it.
All right. It's sold. They sell this thing, and one of the knights or the guards, he goes up and can fill out the paperwork for this. Also, yeah, you would be doing that. You'd be filling out some paperwork, Rian.
Yeah, filling out some paperwork for sure.
Yeah, because they keep detailed records, these criminals,
Mm-hmm.
so they can use it against you later. No, I'm just kidding. Not really.
They know who we are because they have an item from us.
No, they definitely have some records that they need to keep. So yeah, last but not least, we have the Queen's Brass, a portal to the dream world that could be yours to own. Be careful though, because there's a weird cat on the other side.
That works for you.
Have you ever wanted to travel to the dream worlds in your own physical body? We're getting what would you guys say, 10 coins? Is that what we came?
Mm-hmm.
Getting the bidding at 10 coins. You see several things go up. You got 11, 12 coins, 13 coins. The man with the strange eye patch. Right here, 14 coins. 13, 14, 14 over here to the weirdo with the shriveled up hands.
This is where I want to jump in here. I'm gonna spend a stress to flashback to kind of like do a dramatic costume change and come out dressed like the folks that I was schmoozing with a little more. She has a fake mustache now, and she's going to be sitting near enough to them that they don't really question it, but also just going to be silently like lifting the card up to upsell every time it goes up as well.
Do I hear 16 coins? 16 coins to the 17 coins. The people that you're with start to look around. They're like, wait, what? And then one of the Solarians, he raises 18. They're like, holy shit, this man's insane. So
Hand up or a card up
that's then
to raise the Solarians by one.
They sell it. It ends up being sold to the first family. The strange religious cult. Yeah, for 18, 19.
Oh,
19.
wow.
Because if the Solarians had 18,
19,
they would have to do
yeah.
19.
Minus.
Minus
what?
9.
9.
Yeah.
So you guys got
10
10.
gold.
10 net, and then 10% of that's gonna be 1.
Yeah.
So
So
you
get
guys
8.
got
So we got 9 total.
9 total.
9 total. Yeah.
Beautiful. Cassandra,
Hmm.
do you think you could use your cunning disguises to go and pick up that cloak on the Solarius map?
If you give me a moment to do another dramatic costume change. Yeah. But yeah, she's going to change mustaches and put on something a little more sun themed. Let's see. In fact, I'm gonna just mark the potion of impersonation to just look like the Solarian, or even more importantly, the Solarian person, to go pick it up.
All right. Make me a manipulation roll.
All right.
See how this goes.
Manipulation. 3 dice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. We need a little drama in my rolls. Let's go.
You are kind of filling out the paperwork in place of one of these Solarians. Like he goes off to fetch the coin, and kind of like come up and are like, like waiting there, and you're almost convinced this guy that you're supposed to be the person to take this, but you see out of the corner of your eye that the actual Solarian's coming back towards the auctioneer. You can either withdraw or you can
Spider-Man meme?
Yeah, I was gonna Spider-Man meme it.
Well, also here,
Imposter.
if I'm also there holding back the paperwork, is the guy that's supposed to picking up the one that was thirsty?
We'll say sure, yes. For the
Okay,
purpose of narrative.
kind of noticing this, I'm going to quickly pick up my paperwork and go and intercept this Solarian fellow. Be like, oh, like accidentally like bump into them. Oh, so sorry there, lad. What? Oh, I'm sorry. What was your name again?
His name's Jonathan.
Jonathan. Hello, my name is Rihanna, and
T tier
So-
Griffin.
So you guys, because of this
George
interaction, you
class.
guys are gonna get a heat.
Yeah, it's fine. But it's to kind of
Um,
give, it's definitely to give Cassandra whatever she needs to not get caught stealing or properly fucking steal. But it's just been like, so I noticed that you winked at me earlier. I wish you wouldn't have because it hid your cute eye from me. I'm saying that.
he's like begins to flirt with you
Mhm.
as best of his ability as his friends kind of figure out where their cloak is. Cassandra, this gives you enough time to kind of slip away. And if you want to steal this cloak, you can, but it's going to put the whole place on alert. Like it will.
That's fine. They're going to be looking for a Solarian.
No, like okay.
No, I got you. I know what you meant. They're going to put it on lockdown.
But
Ooh. I have an idea. It's just a cloak, right?
sure, yeah, it is just
Yeah.
a cloak.
Well,
Blocks
it's-
bullets.
it's they're not gonna test it here. So I'm gonna do the old Indiana Jones where switch the cloak out, the old switcheroo.
Can we flashback? Because Ruben absolutely has a black cloak on because that's his style. So I'm happy to give you mine too.
Yeah,
Take another
yeah.
stress of
Switcheroo.
flashback.
I will take a stress
Sweet.
for that.
Yeah, and I need to remember to mark mine. So there's that. All right, yeah, and I think that moment where she's thinking about it, and like there's the distraction going on because hopefully we all can hear Rian's really bad flirting with this guy, and it's just like, oh, bless her heart. She's gonna take in that last little sniff of Ruben's scent on the cloak, and then do the Indiana Jones swap.
Amazing.
I was not kidding when this group is chaotic bisexual.
So, yeah, you managed to get the swap done and hide this cloak in your belongings.
She
And
has
you guys kind
one of those Victorian dresses that gives just like the extra bump to her backside, so that is where she is stashing it.
Nice. So
Those skirts sometimes had like big ass pockets
On
in
the
the
inside,
folds
yeah,
of them as
sure.
well. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So you guys get all your business done, illicit
This is so
business.
exciting.
And Donovan thanks you. He says that you guys have gotten the attention of the antlions. If you have any other things like this that you need to get rid of, they'll be happy to fence them for you. But Donovan says that this is a dangerous game, so any of these people that saw your face here today could be enemies outside of this building.
Yes, well,
Don't let your guard down.
we like to see if they would get past our secret garden anyway.
Mhm.
So I waddle away. Like, thank you, Donovan. We appreciate you and your business, and hopefully very soon we could do business again.
So for payoff, you guys,
Got 9 coin
yes,
Oh
you
my
got
God.
9
and a
coin.
magic wagon
And a magic cloak.
and a magic cloak.
You guys weren't supposed to get the cloak, but yes,
Oh,
fine.
tear now.
Ruben asked real nicely, and this girl got it. We're good.
So whoever is going to hang on to the cloak, go ahead and add that to your like loadout items.
Mhm.
You can add like a bar, or I can do it later. But I'll make a note of it. Let me know whoever's going to be running around with that. And then the wagon itself will mean that you guys now have a vehicle.
Yes. And potentially somewhere safe to sleep if we go out into the frontier.
Yeah, so like the inside of this carriage, it's kind of like the tents that they have in Harry Potter when they go to the Quidditch World Cup. It's like, or like, you know, Doctor Who, it's bigger on the inside. So when you get in the carriage, it is, there are lots of cushions. There's a wood burning stove, you know, a table to have tea or breakfast at or whatever, equipment from cooking and making coffee and things like that, places to sleep. But it also requires 2 horses to pull because it's very large.
We have our chocowaris.
You sure do. So you guys also get hold on, I need to check the factions. You guys get +1 with these guys.
Nice.
And you guys get 4 rep for this.
I am here
Got
for
up a
that
level.
rep.
We've gone up a level.
Are we now officially a tier 1?
It costs a lot of coin, but I think you guys probably have the coin to do it. So let's look. Let's see.
This
Going
might
up
be the
in-
first time I've ever gone up a tier in a Blaze in the Dark game.
No, we did in our other game.
Oh,
I think we
okay.
got to tier 1. Maybe not, but I'm pretty sure we did.
We're just so dang good.
Let's see. The crew.
For story flavor, by the way, very impressed with her shenanigans. I imagine Ruben drags Cassandra off to a broom closet somewhere in this building.
Oh, yeah.
And at one point, I'm gonna go to the Padre and Cat and just look at them, and I was like, "That felt so gross. Don't ever let me do that again, please."
You're an adult. You will make your own choices.
I agree with Padre.
Right.
Ruben is also impressed with your shenanigans, but he's not going to drag you off to a broom.
Very
closet, so-
impressed.
Yeah.
It's okay. Show Cassandra how impressed you are with me.
That I can do.
Trying to find the information on when you go
Tiers?
up a tier. Yeah.
We can look it up, like, off cam. Maybe.
Sure. Let's see. Then in that case, you guys are gonna get 2 heat for this because you did get seen by a lot of people. Wasn't necessarily overly exposed though. You guys just saw a lot of criminals. As far as entanglements go, what's your heat level now? 3 or 4?
It was. I only have one.
It got reduced.
It got reduced
To 0, so we're at 3. Because
Okay.
we gained 1 for the theft and then 2 for the job, so we're at 3.
All right.
All right. In that case, well, we can either do downtime and entanglements right now, or we can figure out what we need to do to get you guys up to the next tier.
Well, we're about at 20 minutes left of stream, so we can roll entanglement. I think rolling for the entanglement, we definitely have time for that, and then we can do our levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll, since you guys have 0 wanted level, you roll 2 dice and take the lower result.
Okay, who wants to? You know what? I haven't rolled an entanglement roll yet, so I think I'm gonna do it if that's cool with y'all.
Yeah, I'm for it.
All right, so 2 intake. Which result? The lowest.
Lower.
I got a 3 and a 1, so it's a 1.
Oh.
Oof, 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 oof.
Low is okay. Yeah. Okay. One. Gain from. You guys always get the same entanglements because you guys never have gone up to the next heat level.
Mm-hmm.
Gains cause
Hmm.
terrible to their flaws.
Is that challenge?
Let's see. Maybe. So one of your one of your familiars, either Cat's familiar or Rian's familiar,
Mm-hmm.
they end up getting into a little bit of trouble by unwittingly leading a group of basically like neighborhood kids to your hideout. They were just following the funny looking animal.
Mm-hmm.
But word gets around, and you guys either need to forfeit rep, or you could make an example of your familiar. But I'm thinking in this case, it's probably going to be a
I was
rep.
saying, can we just make an example of the children?
I don't know. That's the direction I was going with this.
A tree does like fresh meat.
Otherwise,
least
you
an
could,
orphan,
you
no
could
one will
also
miss them.
face reprisal from the wronged parties, which in this case would just be,
Angry parents.
yeah, just it would probably be the local people.
What do y'all think? First of all, whoever bad familiar, bad person. Do we want to give up? Well, I think forfeiting some rep because we got 3, and regardless, we still move up a tier because there was only 1 that we needed, right? So we can forfeit some rep. Yeah.
We'd only forfeit 1 rep.
Yeah, we can forfeit
Yeah.
a rep. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, our secret garden our magical walls might have looked a little bit more less made it look like if somebody came by, maybe we had like the garden sort of make things look like there's this really scary giant rusted tree out there, says the children. But really, when someone comes to like investigate it, like it just kind of looks like a normal tree, like the magic that we put with the secret garden. And so like that representation is gone that way. That's how I imagine it kind of happening. It's like it's just an oak tree. Like don't. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll
Just don't go near the candy tree. It eats children.
Yes.
Are we like that one? You know, there's always that one building or location in a town that they're like, there's spooky people that live there.
Yes.
They eat children.
Yes.
And
We
it's like,
are. We are
eat
that,
children. You've no idea. Our tree.
Yeah. We are that. We are that house. Yeah.
We are that house.
So, you guys, I finally found it. It's 8 coin to upgrade to the next tier.
Oh, perfect! Because we got 9.
A good thing we just got paid.
Yeah. So we just got 9. So we just have 1 to disperse, and there is an empty slot in the vault. So I think we can just put that last one in.
Yeah.
So there we go. Not in the vaults, in our coin for the party before we go into the vaults. So perfect.
All right, so you guys go up to tier 1. Your hold on your territories, which in this case is mostly just your hideout and your storefront, goes down to weak because you now have more responsibilities and the same amount of people.
Gotcha.
But we'll talk about kind of what that does in the chat over the week. Other than that, we could do some downtime before we go. Or we can wrap it up now.
Yeah, I think maybe like let's instead of that. That way we can just really concentrate on downtime for next time. Yeah. What's let's look at our experience for the group. Did we acquire new arcane secrets or relics? Execute
Yes.
auspicious? Yes, one for that for
Yes.
sure. We also executed auspicious clandestine deals. So
Yep.
and like 2 for that for sure. Because now we. Yes. Like,
We
yeah.
obtained item legitimately and then illegitimately too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 for that.
Do we contend with challenges above our current station?
I'll say yes. You get 1 for that, since there were a lot of people there that
Mhm.
could have probably. I mean, if you think about it, your whole crew was there, whereas most of these people, it was probably just a few people from their crew
Yeah.
there. So you guys could have been kind of completely wiped out. So it's very, very much so. And then
Mm-hmm.
did you guys bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? I would say, yeah, you probably bolstered your reputation. Maybe your reputation is now leaning towards more lucrative. But for now, you guys are still brutal.
Mm-hmm. Brutally lucrative. I like it.
Or I guess it would be savvy or maybe something
Mm-hmm.
like that. But you guys definitely did that. So that's 4 XP so far. And then I believe you guys also expressed the goals, drives, inner conflict, and essential nature of the crew. I'll give you guys 2 XP for that.
So that's 6 total.
Lots
Shit.
of role playing happened.
Oh, that is easily that's 1 level up and 1 extra. So we have leveled up on our crew sheet.
Keep
Yep.
going, guys.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have to look at some abilities for that to pick or some upgrades. So we can look at that here. Since I have, if y'all don't mind, since I have a historian, did we make a unique discovery about the frontier or its forgotten civilizations?
No,
Okay.
not this session.
All right. Cool. Cool. Archaeologist then for myself. Did I address a challenge with knowledge or ingenuity? I will say that I definitely addressed one when explaining the different levels in my library and education and what knowledge I did have to Kat when giving her books in my library.
Wasn't a challenge.
Okay.
Is trying to
sorry.
train Ruben how to do aerobics.
I'm not trying to deter you guys from doing fun roleplay stuff, but it does, it is something that the outcome is undetermined.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, but I could because that could also be used for something that isn't a challenge, right?
Yeah,
no, that's fine. Okay, so that doesn't count.
Building your wall might count though. Finishing that off.
Yeah, that would count.
Building my wall counts. Finishing my wall counts. And then for ingenuity, I would say that me taking that moment to distract the guard that winked at me for Cassandra.
Yes, you acted very quickly. I'll give you 1 for that.
Okay,
since you
cool.
were on the ball.
Yeah. And I believe the next is my beliefs, drives, and heritage in any hooligans. I am not a hooligan, sir. Like, how dare you? If that does not yes. Am I good for that one?
Yeah.
And then this one I would say would be when I went to Kat with it's like, hey, this is the intro book use the intro book because you might not with the pictures.
Yeah, I think that's more of a
Mhm.
of
A
that kind of
background
thing.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't really struggle with my vice at all this time at all because I never rolled any stresses or anything like that. Like otherwise, I don't think I've earned any additional XP past those initial 4. So cool. That's me.
You might want to volunteer to go next, or should we just?
I can go
move on?
next. I was doing a
Oh,
good bit of stuff
go
there.
ahead.
Oh, sorry. Did you want to go?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So yeah, Cassandra was doing a lot today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Where's the silver tongue stuff? She definitely was being charming and all that fun stuff. She was getting all the information, all the smooth talking. Where is the silver tongue? I'm trying to find my questions.
Let's see. I should have put it on you guys.
Control F.
Well, because the questions are on the blades.
Yeah, that's true. It's like there's like the one silver tongue, and it's like, did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background as another trigger, and then struggling with your vices is the other one. So there's
Yeah.
like your normal one, and then the thing that's for like everything.
Yeah,
So-
and so
Mhm.
she was definitely doing a lot of talking and a lot of manipulating today. Numerous instances of that. Belief drives heritages.
So yeah, for deception and influence, you get 2 for that. Drives and heritage. I mean, I feel like your relationship with Ruben is becoming more tangible as the sessions go by. I think that's part of that.
And then definitely played up her background as just being the prostitute, and it's like, well, I can sleep with them if we need to, going to the ball and stuff, to try and using her wiles to help get our heat down and stuff. And then struggling with the vices, she was partying at every opportunity, even just like she's just gonna plop down in front of these random weirdos and just mingle with them and get to know what they're about. And
I would say also you're still dealing with the repercussions of indulging your vice.
Yeah, because we felt that with the scarring, and then just being like, hey, does this look infected to you?
So I'll give you, so that's 5.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
I feel like I will just level up body for that then.
My body.
My body. You like my body? Mhm.
And I will up
Kat,
finesse.
did you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm gonna argue that I addressed a challenge with arcane secrets when I was working on my grimoire.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I did mention the military before.
Yeah.
Yep, they didn't teach you to read.
No, just shoot.
I would also say, I don't know. I'm just gonna pitch just the scene of you constantly unloading weapons. Like, just.
I mean, yeah. I think that's yeah, sure. Why not? We need the silent strong type as well. Full of weapons. So 3 XP,
Cool.
and then
I can.
all right.
The arcane and supernatural, I feel like I did a few times. Creating our spirit shroud, investigating the creepy mark on Cassandra a bit more,
Gathering information.
enter to intel with my clairvoyancy. Yeah, so
yeah,
there's a few of them.
What about your beliefs, drives, heritage, and shenanigans?
Definitely leaning into clairvoyancy quite a lot, and some more shadowy flavor to how I'm playing him, I guess. But I don't know if that counts.
And you spending time with describing your outfit. That's very important to Ruben.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but after what you told me about how Darklings tended to dress, I was like, you know what? With that coat on, he looks like an NPC from Curse of Strahd. So, definitely leaning on the Darkling thing for sure.
Yeah. So, and yeah, you're also dealing with the repercussions of your
Advice. Yeah.
vice. So
very much
5
so.
or 4, 4 or 5.
I
5.
think 5. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And
Sweet.
then that just leaves the one, the
That
only.
would be
The man, the myth, the
me.
legend.
I will
trying to
be
think if I'm witty,
swinging for the
not on top of
fences
it.
on this one. Regarding the leadership and conviction, I believe that ensuring that our starting cost was higher for the box would fall under that category. And also that my desire to keep it out of the hands of the Solarians fits into that.
Yeah, I think so.
Going is the background next.
Yeah, and I think that also kind of plays into that a little bit. And also the fact that, you were the go-to exorcist or the go-to healer, your willingness to help your friends, whenever they ask. Sure that we can elaborate on that too.
But also your belief that Rhiannon is an adult and she can make her own decisions.
You're a
You
grown
expressed
woman.
that belief.
I think one that also I want to bring back because it hurts me to speak this way, but that's the whole point of Aremiel, is saying that this wouldn't have happened if you were with the color.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you also overindulged, and so you're going to be struggling with your vice for a while. So I feel like you definitely, you're not necessarily swinging for the fences. That's 5 XP. So
Right. That will be a playbook level.
nice. Thanks, guys. I know I wasn't super high energy today, but I had a good time.
Great game.
Great game. Like, this is exactly what I expected today, so I'm not happy about what we did today. A good little social score, which is always fun sometimes. But yeah, next time, now that we have a really cool truck, we should go out into the frontier.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Hell
and
yeah.
go digging for some new things now that this is wrapped up. But thank you, everyone, for coming and showing up to our stream. We are kind of almost in like the last, because this is episode 8 and we're doing 12. So we've got like, I guess, one more really good arc before we're done with this particular game. If you next time you will see us on stream will be on Saturday, where we have our all fem campaign of Emberwind, until we are back on Wednesday with Morphs in the Dark, which is an Animorphs forged in the dark skin, and then we're back here. But if you want to see my lovely face again, next time you can see me will be on Sunday over on Eva Sarah's channel, where I play Monster Hearts. And I play a Gorgon who turns people to stone with her cold ass dead stare. So but yeah, that's we have 2 episodes left of that one and it's super good. But yeah, that's me. That's what's going on in the channel in the next 7 days, and myself. What about the rest of you? What are you doing? Going in the opposite direction in which we came. So that means Mr. Jamaica Squeeze. Yeah.
That's me. Yeah. For some reason I always fuck up the end.
It's okay.
Like, was it me or so yeah, I'm Dave or Jamaica Squeeze here on the internet. You can find me here next week, Thursday, for this show. And it is, although I've been saying this for some time, my intention to get back to it. I also did some upgrading to my setup here. So yeah, I'll be doing variety stream on my channel here, Jamaica_Squeeze. I think we'll pick something up on Monday, and I might even try both times because I've been thinking about switching to evenings, but there are some other things going on. I've been approached. This isn't going to be a live thing, but if you live in the middle of New York State, I'm going to be a shop DM. It's pretty sure that that's locked in and that we're just kind of discussing the days and things like that. So stuff coming up.
I believe that's me next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I do vaguely remember the order. Hi, I'm Rindis of Party Wipe Games. You can catch me at my own channel, Party Wipe Games, or over on Weave the Tale when I'm not here. Speaking of Weave the Tale, I've got an upcoming game over there. It'll be Alien RPG, and it's going to be fun. And I have to keep Mitch from introducing space communism while Xenomorphs try and impregnate everyone. So that's going to be awesome. So you can check that out. Yeah. Basically, I recruited him on the premise because every time he joins a game in our channel, he has started a communist rebellion, including in one of our Weird West games where he just caused the communist uprising in Iowa or Utah before communism started, like 40 years before communism started officially. But anyways, yeah, so it's just a running joke. It's just letting him spread communism everywhere. Tuesdays soon. We're on hiatus for all of this month of August, but in September, we'll be back with new shows. We'll be doing a new Vampire the Masquerade game with a new storyteller who I believe wants to do a Sabbat game since they have a book coming out for the Sabbat soon. We're going to take a look at that, see if it's viable. And if so, I'm going to be turning people into furniture because I'll play a Samichi. It's going to be great. Yeah, the Samichi playbook is out and it's nice. So I'm going to turn people into furniture. Wednesdays is going to become a 5th edition Tomb of Annihilation game. We have another returning GM for that. I will be a player. Then Thursdays is open currently, but it is what we plan to have Necrobiotic become because, again, we like having Mitch around and it's his game. Check it out on the Kickstarter. I threw money at it. I'm going to have a character in the book. It's going to be pretty cool. I have to get that to him soon so that they can get it drawn up. Thursdays, that's Fridays. We will be starting a mass game very soon. We get to pick out the cast tonight. Stay tuned for that. Saturdays, we also play a homebrew 5th edition game that's on hiatus until September. And Sundays, we play a Savage Worlds fantasy World War II resistance fighters type game where we also have a communist dragonborn there. So lots of communism over on our channel, surprisingly. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I've taken up enough time.
Communism, eat the rich. Speaking of the Sabbat, by the way, I'm a La Sombra stan myself.
Oh, absolutely. I will show you my La Sombra character art afterwards because that was the first thing I played was a La Sombra.
I fucking love the La Sombra.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Amber. I like nerdy things. At the moment, this is my only game here. I won't be back on this channel for other games until the fall season, which is quite exciting, where we'll be back with some Dragon Age. And we have a special surprise for everyone for the launch of that season. That's it. That's me. Just the one game.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about the surprise. Because I know what the surprise is.
It's a doozy as of a surprise, my guys.
Right. Sorry.
All right.
Horns up, everyone.
I'm Fairy Zarina. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch. I'm mostly here though.
I'm Jamie. Find me here and on Val's Discord. Sorry, I'm sleepy. And my brain's like, oh, you can rest now. And maybe in the future, doing some other shows on this channel. We'll find out.
All right, and with that, we're gonna go say hello to Trooper SJP. It looks like he's gonna be playing the Long Dark. Trooper is a great human. in this space. So please go and show them their support. Until then, guys, we will see you later. Bye.